Hey, it's Coach Chris with Hoops King, and today I'm going to show you my favorite 5-minute passing routine that you can do as an individual, or as a coach you can take your team and go through all these passes, and then as a bonus at the end I'm going to show you how to make it a lot of fun and make the drills very competitive amongst your players. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new videos, and turn on the notifications. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. If you'd like to request any future videos, please leave those down in the comments. So today I'm going to show you drills that you can do in about 5 minutes that will help improve your passing as a team or an individual. Now, I'm going to have a partner today. If you're by yourself, try to find a wall that you can make these passes off a concrete wall, and the ball will come right back to you just fine. So we're going to be wearing the hoop hands weighted gloves, so we're building faster, stronger, and quicker hands while we work out without having to do any extra workouts. All right, the first one's going to be a simple one-handed pass. So we're going to throw a right-handed pass like this. I'm going to throw it to his left side, he's throwing it to my left side, and we're going to work on stepping around that defender and throwing the pass. So watch our feet while we do the drills. We're not standing here passing the ball like this. Okay, we're getting low, we're getting our hips into it, we're being strong, low, long, and strong, and we're putting lots of power on our passes. And with the hoop hands, we're going to make even more powerful passes over time. All right, here we go. Just right-handed right now. When I throw these passes now, as an individual or as a coach, I want good rotation on the basketball. So watch the rotation on the ball as I pass it now. I'm going to make a really good pass. So when he catches it, if he's a shooter, not have to mess with the ball a lot to get the ball seamed like this so he's ready to shoot it. And that's important. So I make my teammates better by being a good passer. And also, this is the same motion you basically are doing on your shot. So if I'm putting good rotation on my passes, I'm really training to put good rotation on my shot as well. So let's take a look at some of this. So I step, the end over end rotation is what I want. Okay, we want that good end over end rotation. Now, this is a bad pass. You don't want passes like this that are all corkscrew type of thing. All right, we don't want passes that are slow and lob. We're throwing passes that we're zipping at each other. Okay. All right, let's go left-handed now. Go ahead and pick up your ball and we'll go left-handed. Left-handed, you may be weaker, whichever weak hand you have, so you may need to move a little closer. And so if we're wearing the gloves, we're just going to take a step in right now because it is going to be a little bit harder. So we'll go left-handed. And I'm still working on getting that rotation. I'm snapping through and putting that rotation on the basketball. Okay, let's take a step back. We're good. Here we go. Snap through and get that rotation on the ball. And then point at your target after you're done. Now, one big mistake that I see a lot of kids make when they're passing, especially in drills, is that they flop their arm like this. So if he's my target and I'm throwing him the ball, I want to punch through the ball and follow through, just like I would shooting at the hoop. If I was shooting at the hoop, I want to follow through straight. I don't want to be shooting the ball with my arm flopping all over the place, because then I'm going to move the ball in that direction. It's the same thing when you're passing. If I don't snap through, if I do big flop, well, now when my fingers come off the ball, that flop pushes that ball in that direction. And it takes the power out of it as well, because now I've lost the muscles back here, my shoulder. This is like, you know, if I was going to punch the camera, it'd be hurt to get hit like that. That'd be a really hard blow right there. But if I flop like that, it's going to be more of a glancing blow. And that's the same thing with your passing. You want to throw a bullet most of the time. You don't want to throw some soft lob pass. So make sure you're not flopping through on your pass. You're punching through, and point your wrist. I like to say point your wrist at your target. So when I pass it, Boom, there's my wrist right on the target. All right, so our next pass is the Nash Pass. It's going to be another one-handed pass, but this time we're not keeping the other hand on the ball. On our first two passes, we kept our hand on the ball. This time we're going to bounce it, and then right from our pocket, we're going to pass it. The Nash Pass is effective in a game when you need to make a really quick pass off the dribble. So you may have a teammate cutting back door that, boom, you got to deliver the ball in a split second in a narrow window, and the Nash Pass is going to come in very handy there. Also in transition. All right, so here's what the Nash Pass is going to look like. I'm going to bounce it, and then I'm trying to skip it. We're trying to skip the ball like we would a stone over water. So this is not a good Nash Pass right here. That's popping up. Now, if I was throwing a rock in the lake and threw it like that, it would sink. So when you throw this pass, think about throwing a rock over water or a lake that skips. All right, and of course this is going to skip once right to about his waist height. Okay, here we go. Bounce it, skip it. Okay, so I could be in a game, I see my teammate cut back door, and boom, I deliver that pass. Okay. All right, we'll go left with it then too. You got to be good with both hands, passing, finishing. You got to have it all. You got to be able to use both hands if you're going to be the best player you can be. So now we're going to go left, and we'll skip it. See how it comes right to the waist? And again, I'm stepping through. We're stepping and skipping. And we're not flopping. Arms aren't flopping across our body. I'm holding right at my target. So then it's a straight pass. I'll flop here. Let's see where the ball goes when I flop. Kind of put a lot of spin on that one. Okay. Big flop. See, I lose control of the ball. It's a lot harder to hold on the ball too when you're flopping because you lose the surface of your hand that you're using. Okay, let's go back to the right hand. Let's try two balls now. So we're going to go Nash Pass, right hand, two balls. Ready? We'll bounce it once. You're going to want to choreograph and coordinate this when you first start out so that everybody's together. We're going to bounce it and then pass it. Ready? Skip it. Bounce it, pass it. Bounce it, pass it. Okay. Okay. Now one other last key I want to point out on the Nash Pass is you're passing with your hand kind of on the side of the ball here. All right, so you're going to dribble it, and then you're going to skip it right there. You don't want your hand on top of the ball. You can't pass a Nash Pass with your hand on top of the ball. So your hand has to be kind of down here, off that dribble, and then boom. It goes right to your teammate. Right, so now we're going to throw an overhead skip pass. And the key to throwing a good overhead skip pass is to snapping up here. Again, we don't want to be a flopper. Ooh, I'm doing that, because now if I do that, the ball is going to end up low. And again, when we're throwing an overhead skip pass, we're throwing it over people. The ball's got to go over outstretched hands and arms and people jumping, so we can't throw it low. So when I throw this pass to him, I'm looking to throw it to his chest and above, most likely. If I make a really good one, it'll probably land in his chest, and so there's some arc on the ball here. So I put a little arc on it, and it lands going for about chest high. Again, I'm trying to skip it. That's too low. I got to get it up. It's harder with the gloves now. Harder with the gloves because it's going to take more muscle to get that ball there. Okay? But the thing is I don't want to do is flop my arms. I'm snapping up here and stopping right here. So the release point's right here and the snap is right here. And my arms are done. They're not going to continue on. All right, I'm going to, because again, that'll take some heat off the ball and it will make the ball go lower. So I'm going to try to keep it up right there. That's what I want. Get right in to when I skip it, he can catch and shoot it. And I want to make it quick, just to get it up high enough where it's over the hands and arms, but hopefully good enough pass where he can catch it and just go right up with the shot. All right, that's the overhead skip pass. Now we're going to mix in some off the dribble passing, and this is great to work on your ball handling and your passing at the same time. Because if you're going to be a good player, you got to be able to pass off the dribble and get rid of the basketball in that split second when your teammate's open. All right, we can't be fumbling the ball and not being able to handle it. You got to be able to handle the ball, get rid of the ball. And this is a great way to really work on this. So the dribbles we're going to use, we're just going to use a crossover and between the legs, since those are the most common ones you're going to use to create a pass around a defender. So here's my defender, and if I want to pass around him, and I think it's really important that you have some sort of obstacle, either a person, a chair, something bigger like the big cone, so you can actually tell if you're going somewhere, or you could even use the lines on the court. But what we want to do is, remember, we're being guarded in a game, so I'm not going to stand here and practice like this, because I'm not going to be able to throw it by a defender in a game if I just stand back here and think I can do that. That's not going to work. All right, so now, and that's why we worked before on this pass. When we did the right-handed single-hand pass, we were stepping low and passing there. Because now I'm getting by this defender. Here's his arms, I'm getting by his body, and he ain't here. There's nothing here. So I can make that pass by a defender. So now when we add the dribbles, we have to do the same thing. We have to take that dribble and take that step by the defender. So when I go between here, we're going to start off the dribble, and I'll go between, and I step and dribble at the same time. So I'm dribbling between my legs and stepping by the defender at the same time. So if I time it right, the ball hits the floor, and my foot hits the floor at the same time. So now I'm low, the ball will be right here, and I'll get rid of it to him quickly. All right, so here we are. Step, boom. Now I'm nice and low. I'm beyond that defender. My arm easily goes by the defender, and I deliver the pass. All right, so now when we go crossover, it's going to be the same thing. So here's how you do the crossover. So I'm going to dribble, start the dribble. I'll sweep the cross, and I step. Again, by the defender. I'm low. Defender's going to be taller, probably up here, and I'm stepping right and passing through here. Okay, so this is how you create good spacing off the dribble to make a pass. Now, the mistake a lot of players will make, whether you do this against a cone, chair, human being, lines on the court, I don't care, they're not going to step. Most kids will do something like this. They'll dribble here, and then they won't step beyond anything. And so now if I was in a game and you dribbled the ball like that, all I got to do is, I'm just still right here. You accomplish nothing with the dribble. So you actually, again, have to go somewhere with your dribble. So when I go between, I'm delivering the ball. Here's the wrong way. That's horrible. You don't want to do that. You don't want to dribble. No between. The leg should be backwards. We're not going backwards, we're trying to go forward. No matter what time you're doing a between the legs dribble, that's bad news. Okay, don't do that. We want to do it the right way. So we'll step dribble, get rid of the ball. So now as we pick the speed of this up, I'm going to take the cone out now because we're going to go two people. You're going to see how quickly we're going to have to get rid of the ball. And then later, when I show you how to make these fun and competitive, it's going to be pertinent that you're able to get rid of the ball quickly. All right, now one other tip. Another mistake players are going to make when they're practicing this, old head's going to go straight to the ground. So they're going to bounce, they're going to dribble like this, and then they're going to look up and try to find their target. So you have to watch your partner's eyes the whole time. If you're doing this against a wall at home, put a spot on the wall, whatever's on the wall, look at that, and keep your eyes on that. Have a target that you're looking at. Watch my eyes as I do this. I'm not watching my dribble. I have court vision, I see the floor. Whether it was him that was open or somebody else, I would be able to see them and get them the basketball because I have my head up. And then this is a drill for passing, but you got to remember, in a game, I'm not predetermining who I'm going to throw the ball to. They're going to have to be open, and that's going to be dynamic, and I'm going to have to react in a split second to who's open. I can't wait, we're doing this is rehearsed. Yeah, I could sit here and dribble with my head down and then look at the ball and then look up and throw it to him. That's easy. That's not real, okay? So you got to make the drill as realistic as you can, but you got to work on keeping your head up. So right now, I'm gonna dribble, my head's up, I'm scanning, I can even work on a little look away if I want. I know where he's at, there's no defense, so you could add a little look away component to this. So as I go here, I go between, I'll look at the camera and deliver the ball. So now I'm working on delivering a great pass out of my peripheral vision. Okay, I see the court, go between, deliver it there. All right, so that's just one little thing you can add to that. Then the next thing we do, we go left-handed, and then we'll move to the crossover. So now we're going to go crossover again. We're stepping low. Eyes are up on our target. We're delivering the ball. We're going to go cross. We're going to go left to right to start with. We're going to bounce it twice, cross, and then pass. And again, faster you get, you can cut the extra dribbles out. We're just doing the extra dribbles right now because we're wearing the gloves, and it's heavier. It's a little bit harder than normal. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, sweep it. And I'm still trying to get as good a rotation on the basketball as I can. So when he catches it, he can do something with it. Okay, now which foot you step with when you pass on the crossover, on the between, obviously going between your leg and you're stepping by the defender. Stepping with this foot, if he's going left to right here and steps with his right foot, that's going to be quicker than the crossover step would be. So now let's show the same side step on the crossover. So he's going to go left to right and step with his right foot. Okay, so as he steps there, I think that's quicker, but it's not the only way he can do it. So now step with your left foot. So he can crossover step and do that. Now, that's not as quick, but also he's still got the basketball protected here with his body really well. So you can do either one. Really, a lot of times it's going to come down to which one you feel more natural and comfortable with. All right, now the other mistake players will make specifically on this crossover dribble move is it's not going to be a good crossover. You got to sweep it low. So when I'm crossing over, I want to sweep the ball below my knees. All right, keep it low, keep it away from the defender, but not bounce it up. So this, you'll see a lot of kids do this when they do this drill. They'll dribble, they'll bounce it really high. They'll bounce the ball high like that in the middle of their body instead of being low, quick, and sweeping the ball. So tell your players below their knees or ankle high crossover dribble. So I'm down here, I sweep it, I step, and I get rid of it. Sweep it, step, get rid of it. Sweep it, keep that head up. Get rid of it. So you got to punch through, especially on the weak hand. When you go to your weak hand coaches, you're going to see floppy arms come out all over the place. When the weak hand comes, it's going to be wind it up and swing it. And that's because they're trying to get so much shoulder into their pass for the strength of the pass. And that probably means they're not low enough. Because if they get low and I step, now I got power from my hips to load that pass. It's just like shooting a basketball. Your shot starts from the power from your lower body and goes out your fingertips. Same thing for passing. You can't stand up and make good, strong passes. It's not going to happen. And that's where the big floppy arms come in. Okay, let's hit a few more. It's bonus time, and for bonus time, the gloves are coming off. We've been doing all these drills with the hoop hands weighted gloves on now. This thing feels like nothing to me now. So now we're going to go to the bonus section and we're going to do the kill drill. So we're going to try to get 2 basketballs on each other before the other guy does. So here's what it'll look like, just to explain to you. So we'll just do it close here. So if I got 2 balls on him, he still has his ball. If I do that, if I get 2 balls on him before he does on me, I win. You ready? Go. Still got to make a good pass. Ah, that was a bad pass. Got it. Now we'll go left hand. We'll do left hand. So coaches, this is a really fun way to pick up the intensity of your passing drills. Because a lot of times kids just go through the motions. Yeah, we're passing, we're doing, you know, they don't take it seriously. But if you add the kill drill into it and do this, you know, get that technique down for sure, but then add this in and the passing drills become fun really quick. Even your basic passing drills, the ones we're doing right now, just right and left-handed, one-handed passes, you're going to see smiles, you're going to see competitiveness. Whatever speed they were going at before, you're probably going to see them going twice as fast now. It's going to really bring out the competitor in them. Again, you may have to adjust the distance so your kids can make this pass. I'm going to get him. Oh! That's a draw. That's a draw when it does that. So for between the leg, we're going to show 2 options. You can go catch it and just go between and pass it. Or if you want to add that extra dribble in, you catch it, dribble it, bounce it, and that. So we're going to show both ways. The first one, we're going to go 1 bounce before between. So we will start out together on the first few, and then when I say go, then we're going full speed, okay? So we're just going together to get into a rhythm. Okay, dribble. All right, go. That's a bad pass. That's mine, bad pass, I lose that one. That's a bad pass, I lose again. Those are some really simple passing drills. You can make it competitive. You're working on great form. You're making them game-like. You really got to work on being able to pass off the dribble and get rid of that ball in that split second that your teammate is going to be open. And those are some great passes that you can do in a 5-minute practice. You can do them by yourself off a wall or get somebody to catch the ball for you. They don't even have to participate, really. I could have stood here today and let him do all those things and just caught the ball and thrown it back to him too. So, you know, if you got a parent or somebody who doesn't really want to go down and dribble and do all that stuff, if they'll at least catch a ball for you and throw it back, you don't have a wall, you can do that as well. And just click up here to the right or down in the description to get your free basketball workout. I'll email it to you immediately.